Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At home, Paulina exits the kitchen while Abe hides a bag of chips behind couch cushions. She sits on the couch, complaining about Eli and Lonnie's delayed flight, when she hears a crunch. Paulina has been preparing dinner since 6 in the morning, so she finds it unbelievable that he is nibbling. Abe is starving after consuming only crackers for the past 36 hours. Paulina snuggles up to him to sate his hunger. Eli, Lonnie, and the children show up as they kiss. Over the phone, Gabby criticizes Ari's tofu Thanksgiving meal at the Hernandez residence, but she vows to prepare a vegan feast if she visits the following year. Gabby hangs up and lets JJ in the door. She welcomes him inside after explaining that they just finished dinner. JJ reveals that he is going to beg for a favor. Will you be my sister? JJ is smiling when Gabby opens the door. Julie demands that Chad explain to her why Abigail's imposter is staying at the Horton house and celebrating Thanksgiving with Abigail's family. He assures everyone that she will remain upstairs and out of the way. Julie is not pleased and questions why he is helping her so much. In response, Chad says he's doing it for Abigail. Given Doug's recent illness, he didn't want to concern her. Julie demands that Doug tell her what's happening and maintains that he is all right. He clarifies that he is using Kat to persuade Clyde to provide him with the location of Abigail's remains. Kat and Aaron are on the phone in the living room. It's safer if they spend the vacation apart, but she wishes things were different. Jack and Jennifer come in and scowl at her. Kat ends the call by stating that she intended to disappear before they arrived. Their airplane landed early, and Jack snarls. Jen slaps Abigail before she can finish her apologies. Kat was never thought to be Jennifer's daughter. Kat would leave that door and never return if she had any self-respect. Jennifer lifts her hand and slaps Kat in 3 pictures. Kat touches her cheek in embarrassment. Paulina offers Eli a position at the Salem Police Department when Lonnie stops by to see how Abe and the twins are doing. She hoped that he and Lonnie would work well together. As Lonnie and Abe come back, Eli hems. After learning of Paulina's proposition, Lonnie reminds her mother that she is unable to rejoin the force because of her criminal record. Instead, Abe proposes that Lonnie portray a police officer on Body and Soul. Although Lonnie is grateful for the offer, she recently took a position at the children's preschool. They say they will return eventually, but not just yet. As they converse on Paulina's couch, Lonnie leans into Eli. JJ tells Gabby at the Hernandez home that Chad needs a decoy couple in order to trick Clyde. In order to give Kat and Chad the advantage against Clyde, they will check into the hotel as he requests. As a former police officer, he pledges to keep her safe, but he will accept her refusal. Gabby has a personal interest in this as well because Clyde brought Stefan and Ava together and terrorized her when she was incarcerated. She and Stefan would still be married if it weren't for Clyde. She will not allow him to escape punishment for this. I'm on board. Chad leaves an agitated Julie at the Hortons to go check on the rolls in the kitchen. As Julie considers his idea, he calls and she sees a framed picture of Doug and Hope. Julie inquires about Bo during their one-sided chat. Emotion twisted her face. She says, "I'm so sorry." She thinks Bo senses Hope's presence. She goes on to say that although Doug is feeling much better today, he is taking it easy before supper. More Wicked Days stars. Chad joins Jennifer and Jack in the living room, but Kat doesn't explain what she did. With sheepishness, he says, "Happy Thanksgiving." "No," says Jennifer. "It isn't." Jennifer stomps out to visit the children, and Jack follows. Chad takes Clyde's call and records instructions. When Jack and Jennifer get back, they find out that Clyde is meeting Chad and Kat. When JJ shows up, he informs his parents that he and Gabby will be acting as decoys. Jennifer isn't going to listen. "Send her," she exclaims, gesturing toward Kat. As JJ and Chad get ready to depart, Julie joins them. "I hope they both return to us safely," Jennifer spits at Kat. "Or I'll hold more people accountable than just Clyde." Julie asks Jack to wake Doug from his snooze after they've left. Eli pays Julie a visit while Lonnie, Paulina, and Abe reflect on how their lives have changed since last Thanksgiving. He hands her a small jar filled with homemade cookies. Jack attempts to wake Doug in the meanwhile by going to his room. Jack's expression dims as Doug doesn't respond. Bill Hayes is remembered by the day's cast. A smiling Eli stoops to give Julie a hug. He has a plastic jar in his hand. Chad requests assistance from Alice and Tom's plaque in the square so they can bring Abigail home. Apologizing for the scene with Jack and Jennifer, Kat rushes up. Chad wants to concentrate only on taking down Clyde because he is sick of the excuses. Chad praises Gabby for his assistance as Gabby and JJ join them. She is happy to be involved because she shares his hatred of Clyde. Gabby sneers at Kat and expresses amazement at Julie's agreement. At the Horton house, Jack approaches tactfully as Julie displays her grandmother's candlesticks. If he woke Doug up, she asks. I tried, he says solemnly. I'm so sorry, Julie. Julie says, no, as she drops a candlestick. She stumbles and is caught by Jack. Your big break may not always be as big as you thought. Consider the experiences of Season 6 of Nashville star, the unauthorized Full House story, or Justin Gaston, who you may know from his time working as an underwear model. He may also be familiar to you as young and restless real-life spouse. Abby's next-to-last response was I do, attributed to Melissa Ordway, who played Chance. After multiple auditions for Days of Our Lives, Gaston was cast in the plum role of Ben Weston 10 years ago. Weston would go on to become the Necktie Killer and, amazingly, Sierra Brady's true love. Go here to read the character's story. Simply put, it didn't end up being the star turn that one might have anticipated. He tells Soap Hub, that was a strange experience. It was confusing because they had actually written the part for me as a Southern musician, but they decided not to cast me. However, it wasn't quite as confusing as what followed. After a month or so, I received a call informing me that they still wanted me. In retrospect, it felt strange that I had begun, but the persona didn't end up being musical at all, Gaston remembers. I was just trying to keep up because I'm new to soap operas. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be long until the midday newcomer had to. I received a call around Christmas informing me that they were changing the cast and director with Robert Scott Wilson, who played Alex Kyriakis instead of Ben. I took it quite hard, being fired that quickly is difficult, and I felt ashamed. You see, Gaston has no grudges. He describes Wilson as a great guy. I was happy for him but disappointed when the changeover occurred.